Is Apple TV Plus worth it in 2024? I made a video last year giving a detailed explanation of the streaming service, and it's actually my most viewed video on the channel now, so I figured it was time for an update because quite a few things have changed since I made that video. Let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, I just wanted to clarify something. One of the most commonly asked questions or concerns that people had in my previous video was not really knowing the difference between what Apple TV and Apple TV Plus is. So to clarify, an Apple TV is a device that Apple sells that plugs into your TV and gives you access to streaming services like Netflix, Disney Plus, or Apple TV Plus. Think of it like a Roku or a Fire TV stick. It's just a device that you plug into your TV that gives you access to streaming services. On the other hand, Apple TV Plus is a subscription service that they offer so you can access content that's made by Apple. This is their own platform that they use to create only original movies and TV shows, again, much like Netflix or Disney Plus, but this is exclusive to Apple original content. The naming of these two things is so similar and so confusing, and I don't know why they made them so similar. But again, just as an overview, an Apple TV is a device, Apple TV Plus is a subscription service. You do not need to own an Apple TV to access Apple TV Plus, but you can access it if you'd like to through your Apple TV. I personally do not have an Apple TV, but I do have a subscription to Apple TV Plus, which I just watch on my smart Samsung TV. Okay, so now let's go into everything that's changed about TV Plus since my last video. Firstly, the amount of content that they're creating, both movies and TV shows, definitely feels like it's increased, which is nice, and it also means that since there are so many things going up every week, they've now split their release dates into 2 days of the week instead of one. Formerly, all new episodes for TV shows or new movie drops would all happen on Friday. Now it's split between Wednesdays and Fridays. Secondly, Apple is now creating movies that have theatrical releases, which just means that these movies are released in theaters first, and then a few months down the line, they get released to stream on Apple TV Plus. And there've only been a few of these so far, but they've definitely been some big blockbusters, movies like Napoleon, Killers of the Flower Moon, and there's an upcoming one in February called Argyle. Now, to be honest, I have not seen any of these movies yet. I know that Killers of the Flower Moon was released just a few weeks ago on TV Plus, so I probably will end up watching that eventually. But so far, these movies have been pretty well received, especially Killers of the Flower Moon, but they haven't performed very well in the box office, I assume because of people, including myself, that just don't go to theaters anymore. So I'm not sure if Apple will keep doing these theatrical releases. So after they're released in theaters, how long does it take to actually hit the TV Plus platform? Well, we can use Killers of the Flower Moon as an example. That was released on October 20th of 2023, and like I said, it just came out on TV Plus on January 12th of 2024, and that's a difference of 84 days or just under 3 months. I don't know if Apple will keep that timeline on all of their future theatrical releases, but if you do use that as a baseline, just know that it's going to be about 3 months before you can watch it on the streaming platform if you don't go to the theaters. Now, putting theatrical releases aside, but staying on the topic of different media outlets, Apple has also started producing original podcasts through the TV Plus platform as well. These are accessible through the Podcasts app on your Apple devices, and they are included as a part of the TV Plus subscriptions. Now, as far as the type of podcasts they're making, it seems like they have a few behind the scenes ones for shows like Foundation, where the creators actually delve into how it was made. And they are also doing original fictional podcasts as well, which are basically just a TV show in audio form. Now, I haven't listened to any of these podcasts yet, so I don't have any personal experience, but it is kind of nice that there's another outlet you can take advantage of if you have the subscription, and I definitely will be checking them out here in the near future. Now, one of the biggest and most upsetting differences is that TV Plus did have an increase in the subscription price since my last video. The current price is $9.99 per month. It was formerly $6.99. That being said, TV Plus does still manage to be one of the cheapest subscription services out there. Otherwise, the other competitors are much more expensive when you price check against the ad-free options because Apple TV Plus does not have any ads. Now, Disney Plus is actually the only major streaming service that has the same pricing as Apple at $9.99. Now, like I said in my previous video, there is definitely less content on TV Plus if you compare it to something like Netflix, but the quality of that content is consistently higher on TV Plus Plus, which is why I still would definitely recommend it over Netflix. On TV Plus, you just have a higher chance of finding a show that you like a lot easier, and you're not going to be sifting through hundreds of TVs or movies that you're not interested in or that aren't high quality. Now, side note on that, if you are looking for a cheap Netflix subscription, I recently made a video about a service called Gamsgo. You can actually get it for under $4 per month if you use that service. I'll put an affiliate link in the description too if you want to check that out. And I was able to confirm that the 3-month free trial that I mentioned in my previous video for TV Plus is still available. That one is through Best Buy, and I will have it in the description. Again, it's completely free. Now, one downside that I've noticed with the amount of content Apple's releasing increasing is that it does make it a little bit harder to find existing shows that may have been out for a little while that you might enjoy. Because when you open it up, all that you'll see is the new stuff or stuff that's high ranking in the charts. There are some great shows that don't always show up on those lists, and you might not run into them accidentally while you're scrolling through the platform, so I just wanted to list a few of them here to give you a chance to check them out. Two of my favorite shows on TV Plus are some of the most popular, including Severance and Shrinking. Plus, after watching the first season of Silo, I liked it so much I ended up reading all 3 of the books it's based on, so I definitely recommend that one too. Outside of those big ones, there are a lot of shows that I really like that I never really see on the homepage, like Acapulco, Trying, The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray. Most of the movies and TV shows that I watch on TV Plus, I would say I enjoyed, and it's kind of unfortunate that it's hard to find some of those older ones because of the way their platform is set up. But I was able to find a list of all of Apple's original content. I'll have it linked in the description on Apple's website, just so you can scroll through and have a chance to at least look at the other options that you're not seeing on the homepage. That all being said, if you want more detailed information on TV Plus, make sure you watch my previous video because I delve in a lot deeper in that one. What are your thoughts on Apple TV Plus?